Kohalal, Kabad, Wath, Pa'arath, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai. Shalom to the house of David, the men, women, and children that elected to be saved in these last days. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Honors to the men of valor who told me this truth. And shalom to you brothers in the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth in sincerity. And to you Israelite foreigners that are going to come into this truth. Alright, because the times we're coming into, you know, it's some harsh and serious times, alright? And that you got to put your trust in the Lord, ultimately. Because that's the only way you can survive this. You can get out of this by putting your trust in the Lord, not in man. Okay, because man can fail you. Alright? And trusting in man is not what's going to get you saved. Okay, because ultimately the Lord created man. Alright? Because the scriptures say that the Lord is he changes not. Okay, you put your trust in him, he got your back all the way. Alright, and you put your trust in him, you don't gotta worry about anything. Alright, this is 2 Samuel 22 and 31. It says, as for Yahweh, his way is perfect. The word of the Lord is tried. He is a buckler to all them that trust in him. Alright, what is a buckler? Like a shield. Okay, you trust in the Lord, he's going to protect you, he's going to shield you against these calamities that are coming upon the face of the earth very, very soon. Alright? Because this thing could pop off at any moment. And if you haven't built your trust in the Lord, you're going to be asked out. You're not going to know what to do. And if you trust in the man next to you, he's trying to survive by him. He's trying to survive himself. Okay? A man can't save you. Alright? Because ultimately when it comes down to it, people are for themselves. You know? People that's just how people are. So you gotta trust in the Lord. If you don't trust in the Lord, you're screwed basically. You know what I mean? Because who are you gonna look to for help when all hell breaks loose? It's the Lord. All right, and that's what a lot of people need to understand. Okay, because hey man, you know the Lord said what? Seek him while he may be found. Okay, because that means that there's gonna be a time where he's not gonna be found. Right? And so if you seek him and you find him, hey man, that's good, man. That's good for you. Because guess what? There's gonna come a time he purposely made it so for those that he doesn't, like the 2/3 that he blinded, they're not gonna seek him now. And guess what? When our whole breaks loose, that's when they're gonna want to seek him. But he's not gonna be found then. There's gonna be no way to be found for them. Okay? But he's gonna take care of his elect in that day. You know what I mean? Because guess what? They put their trust in him, the Lord. Alright? You know, because the time we're coming into, a lot of people are gonna be getting betrayed. Alright? Your family's gonna betray you. You know what I mean? Your friends, your family. You can't trust in any of them. Okay? This is Matthew 24 and 10. It says, and then shall many be offended. Let me start at 8. 24 and 8. It says, all these are the beginning of sorrows. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. Verse 10. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. Okay? Because this right here, this is showing you, man. You can't, if you trust in a man, the scriptures are telling you that people gonna be betraying one another. So you don't know if the man you trusting in right now is gonna betray you. You don't know that. But if you trust in the Lord, you know that he's going to take care of you. You know that he's going to be with you all the way. Okay? Because that's the Lord. You know, he keeps his word. He can't lie. You understand? Verse 11, it says, and many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Alright? Because as of right now, the reason people trust each other is because of that love. But guess what? Scriptures say when iniquity is gonna abound, you know, and their love is gonna wax cold. And guess what? Let's say you trusted somebody, right? And then just because you love them, you guys have that love. If their love wax cold, they don't love you anymore. Then why would you still trust in them? You know, if you know that there's a possibility that can happen, why would you trust in them? Because then they can easily turn on you. They got no love for you. They're trying to survive themselves. Verse 13 it says, but he that shall endure to the end, the same shall be saved. Okay, and how you going to endure to the end? Ultimately by putting your trust in the Lord. Okay, because we don't know what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? But we trust that the Lord's gonna take care of us. When that family, that's why you don't see us storing up food and stuff like that. Because we know that our family is gonna come. But guess what? We trust that the Lord's gonna provide for us in that day. You know, so we don't need to prepare. We don't need to do any of that stuff. Okay. This is Matthew 21:16. It says, and ye shall be betrayed both by parents and brethren and kinsfolk and friends, and some of you shall they cause to be put to death. Okay, and this is basically everybody, because a lot of people trust in their parents, and that man, it's over, man. It's over. Especially people who in the world, man. That's going. But this not talking about just two people in the world. It's talking about people in this truth too, because they're gonna be sellouts, you know, and niggas in this truth who don't really care about you. All right, and you might be trusting in one of them, not knowing, right? Putting your trust in man, and guess what? They're just gonna turn on you in that day, because the scripture just said you shall be betrayed. You know what I mean? Brethren and kinsfolk and friends, and some of you they shall cause to be put to death. Okay, which is why ultimately, hey, like I said, you gotta trust in the Lord, man. You trust in man, you just gonna get yourself killed. All right. It says, verse 17, and ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake. That's right, because if you're in this truth and you're preaching this word and sincerity, you're gonna be hated for that. Okay, so it don't matter if you had like a best pal, so ever since you were little kids, you guys were the best friends. You trust him all your life. That's not. He's gonna hate you for the Lord's sake. All right, and that trust is going to diminish. All right, because ultimately when it comes down to it, he's looking out for himself. Everybody's looking out for themselves. You know, seeking your own salvation. Of course, you gotta love the brothers and all that. I'm not saying you can't trust brothers, but I'm just saying the ultimate trust has to lie in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, not in man, because man can fail you. The Lord can't. All right, and the times we're coming into, you're gonna need to put your trust in the Lord, because you're not gonna make it. You're not gonna make it out of that without having trust in the Lord. Let's say you trapped in the city somewhere, no food around, nowhere in the proximity, and you just dead. Right, and you're just thinking, damn, how am I gonna get this food? If you don't have the trust, if you don't have trust in the Lord, hey, you might end up at a concentration camp begging them to give you the chips so you can get some food. But if you trust in the Lord, you're like, yo, I put my trust in the Lord. I know He's gonna provide for me somehow, some way. Hey, man, you're gonna be good. The Lord, hey, it's not a big thing for the Lord to rain manna or just point you into a direction of what some abandoned bunker that's full of food and all that. The Lord could do that easily, light work. Okay, but you just gotta put your trust in Him. You gotta trust Him. You gotta let Him know, like, yo, you all for Him. Okay. So you know, with that, I hope this video is edifying. All right. Call Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai once again, man. Because the times we're coming into, man, you gotta put your trust in the Lord. All right. You gotta do the best you can right now, so that He is with you in that day. Okay. The scriptures also say, not everybody that says Lord, Lord shall be saved in that day. All right, and when the time comes, man, there's no going back. There's no, damn, I should have done more sit down. Let me go back, do more. Let me try to preach the word more. Let me try. No, that's not how it works, man. You have that chance right now, so make the best of it. Make sure you do everything in your power to push this word out, so when it happens, you can at least say, oh, I tried. You know, I tried to the best of my ability to do the works. You understand? All right, so with that one, say shalom.